Hey warriors, we've got a great creativity session for you today. We're gonna start with a writing prompt, work through a little creativity boosting yoga flow, and then we're gonna create. So whenever you're ready, hop on your mat and let's fight for your creativity. Today's prompt is, she sat alone in the cafeteria. This was his chance. May I sit with you? He asked. She looked up and said, hey warriors, in today's rut busting yoga flow, we're going to be on our feet the whole time. So you might notice that I don't have a mat today. I just wanted to do a little flow, a little standing flow without a mat, just to show you that you don't have to have a mat. You don't have to have the perfect environment to do these flows or to do all of them. Sometimes people can let that be a barrier, oh, I can't do this because I don't have this. So just wanted to show you that if you don't have a mat, this flow is just fine. We won't be down on our hands and knees or anything like that. We'll just be standing. So we're going to start standing either at the top of your mat or wherever you are. I'm going to turn this way, but you can turn wherever you can see the video and wherever you're comfortable. We're just going to start in a nice mountain pose like we do so often if you've tuned in before. Just find a nice strong stance, pressing all four corners of the feet into the floor or the mat, pulling the shoulders down away from the ears and the shoulder blades together to open through the chest. Imagining there's that string attached to the top of your head to pull some length through the neck and the spine, and pull the belly button back toward the spine to really engage the core. So we're standing in a nice strong mountain pose before we get started. And I've said before that if you only have a minute and you just need a little energy boost, just standing up from your chair and just doing this pose is a great way to do that. But we'll keep going today. We're just going to move through a couple half sun salutations to get the blood flowing. So we'll inhale, reach the arms up toward the sky, stretching through the fingertips, maybe even gazing up at the fingers. And on the exhale, swipe down the middle into a forward fold. And this first forward fold, your knees can be generously bent, bringing your chest toward the top of the thighs, letting your hands fall wherever they fall, even if they don't touch the floor. If they don't touch the floor, you can grab your elbows and just let everything hang. Lifting the tailbone up toward the sky to get a nice stretch through the back of the legs. And then on the next inhale, we'll come into a half flat back. So hands either on the shins or the top of the thighs, forming a nice 7 shape with the body. And exhale back into the fold. And inhale, reaching for the sky, straightening through the waist, gazing up at the hands. And exhale, bring the hands down through the middle, back into our mountain pose. So that's a half sun salutation. We'll just move through that flow one more time. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, bring the hands through center, releasing into our fold. And each time we fold, maybe your knees get a little straighter. Inhale, half flat back, your version. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, release the hands to the side. And we'll flow through that one more time. Adding on this time, we'll inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half flat back. Exhale, fold. And this time, instead of coming all the way up on the inhale, we'll keep the knees bent, almost as if you're in a chair or chair pose. Bring the hands to the top of the thighs. And we're gonna move through the cat-cow motions, but from a standing position. So standing cat-cow. So we'll inhale, lift the chin, pull the shoulders back, creating a nice arch in the back. And exhale, drop the chin to the chest, rounding through the back, pulling the shoulders forward, almost like you're trying to pull them together. And inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, pulling the shoulders back, lifting the tailbone to create a little arch in that back. And exhale, release. You can move through these poses at your own pace. Inhaling, moving with your breath to lift the chin, open the chest, and exhaling to release everything. Keeping the knees bent and the weight in the back of the heels, so even then I felt myself kind of starting to fall forward. So just mindfully pulling the weight, resting the weight back in the heels. Move through one more round. And on your next inhale, we'll just straighten through the knees, straighten the spine, coming back up into our mountain, and finding a little stillness. Inhaling through the nose, and exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. And then, so from standing, we're going to come into a high crescent lunge. And we can use whichever side you want to start on is fine. If you want to follow along with me, we'll start with the weight in our left foot. So just be mindful, pressing into all four corners there, keeping a slight bend in that left knee for a little buoyancy. Start to lift that right foot up off the ground. Your hands can be on your waist, might help. Here with a little balance and stability. So you can just bring it to the toes here, and all we're gonna do, you can step it back without touching the ground, or you can drag it along the ground here. Bring that right foot back behind us, landing on the toes, keeping that heel up off the ground to a nice high crescent lunge. That left knee is over that left ankle. The back knee has a slight bend. We're not locking that back knee. And then just being mindful to bring that left hip back. If it started to pull forward, that's where you're going to get that stretch, and that right hip forward so the hip points are even. And then just kind of finding your stance, the width of the stance that's comfortable for you. We'll take a couple breaths here just to find your balance and stability. Being mindful again of keeping that core engaged, pulling the belly button back toward the spine. Pressing your thighs almost together like you're trying to balance a beach ball between them, or a ball of some sort will help with balance as well. Once you find your balance, you can inhale to lift the arms to the sky, keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. And then you can inhale, reach to the fingertips, and on the exhale, we're going to airplane our arms behind us, palms facing toward the ground, and we'll just lean forward just slightly over that knee. And then inhale, bringing the arms up, back, reaching for the sky. And we'll just flow through those motions. So exhale, bringing the arms behind you for an airplane, bending forward at the waist. Inhale, straightening through the waist, reaching the arms to the sky. Exhale, airplane the arms behind you. Inhale, reach for the sky. You can move at your own pace or with me. We'll inhale one more time. An airplane one more time. Sorry, this time we are gonna inhale, reach the arms for the sky. But then on the exhale, we're gonna drop the hands to the ground in front of us on either side of that left foot. And then we're just gonna lift that right foot up off the ground, placing the weight in our left foot. And just lift that right leg as high or keep it as low as you need. You might have some shaking in that left leg. It's okay. You can use the fingertips to find stability on the ground. Work to keep that. You can balance if you keep that foot down if you need a little balance. Working to keep those hip points even so the hip points are both facing the ground. We're not opening through the hips here. Just for a standing split, this is a little more of a challenging pose, so wherever you are is totally fine. We'll inhale and then exhale, drop that right foot and bring it up to meet the left. Maybe release into our fold, sigh it out. Inhale, half flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhale, dropping the hands through center to come to the sides, back into our mountain. And we'll do it again on the other side. So we're gonna find a little weight and stability. Anchor through that right foot, pressing all four corners of that right foot into the ground, bending that knee for a little bounce, buoyancy, starting to lift. Lift that left foot up off the ground. Find balance, placing your hands on your hips. And we'll just bring that left foot behind us, however you need to get it there, either dragging or lifting. Find that stance that works for you. And bending that right knee over that right ankle, pulling that right hip crease back, the left forward, pulling the belly button back toward the spine. When you have your balance, inhaling the arms toward the sky. And exhale. We'll inhale, reach through the fingertips. And exhale, airplane the arms behind us, bending slightly forward at the waist. Inhale, reach for the sky. Flowing through these two poses at your own pace. Inhale. And exhale. If the flowing is a little too much for you, you can just find stillness in that crescent pose, crescent lunge. We'll inhale. And exhale one more time, the arms behind us. And this time we'll inhale. And on the exhale, drop the hands to the ground on either side of that right foot, coming to the fingertips. And inhaling just to lift that left leg up off the ground for just a moment, keeping your hip points even, keeping the shoulders even, lifting that left leg as high as it will come comfortably, welcoming any shake. Just breathe, inhale, and exhale. We'll drop that left foot to meet the right, releasing into our fold. Inhale, half flat back. Exhale, release. And inhale, reaching the arms to the sky one last time, maybe even inviting a little back bend. And exhale, dropping the hands through center, coming into our mountain. Maybe taking a moment to let the breath settle. If it's a little erratic, coming back into a normal pace. But not taking that restful pose that we sometimes do after a nice flow. Instead, holding on to the energy we've just cultivated and heading, grabbing your computer, your notepad, your drawing pad, whatever you need to create, and letting this video play while you spend a little dedicated time working on your craft. Thanks so much for practicing with me today, warriors. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed this, leave any comments, questions, would love to hear from you. And so now, go forth and create. Namaste. Welcome to your creativity session. Don't worry about pausing or turning off the video. We'll play some music to keep your creativity flowing as you work. Challenge yourself to keep going until the video ends. You got this. And if you appreciate these videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Today's prompt is, she sat alone in the cafeteria. This was his chance. May I sit with you? He asked. She looked up and said, Time's up, Warriors. Great job. I hope this rut-busting flow and creativity session was helpful. Remember, no matter how much or how little you created in this session, you still made the time and showed up. If you want to make these sessions a regular thing, make sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell to get notified whenever I have a new video. Have a wonderful day, Warriors.